Good morning, everyone. How you all doing? Whittler Dave here. Well, you know where I'm at. I'm out here in the wood shop. I've got projects going left and right. I got spring shows coming. There's the tiki that I was carving on the YouTube the other day. Now I'm starting to add collars. There's tons of collars to this. It's not even nearly done with all the collars. These take me hours to do, but I've got all the teeth to do. I'm working on eyes, all the facial pieces, the mouth. There's just tons and tons of collars. These take a lot of work. And then making another rooster. You know, roosters are popular for me on my spring shows and everything. Of course, angels. Got to get these tombs back here finished up. I've already sewed 2 and everything. Shut the door, Brian. Oops. Oh, knocked it over. There we go. I know, I need to put a latch on that. I just haven't got to it. I haven't. And then, now we're just, working on everything. I've made crosses. I've just been busy. But the funnest thing I've done is I've made the monster. I like my monster. Just fun. Reach out of the box. No right, no wrong.
Oh, I was looking at your face. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah,
a different monster. Show me the other monster.
And then of course the tulips. My flowers never die. So I've drawn. I haven't. And what I did with this is I've inset the eyes. I'll cut these eyes out of another piece of wood, and then I will draw around it really tight, and then I will take a knife and inset it so they'll set inward, not set on top of it. And then just made a little weird nose, and my wife likes these a lot. I got to make her one. I told her let me get some of these things done because I'm setting up for the spring shows. What in the world? Dropped something. Oh, that's all right. I don't need him. Don't need him at all. Well, it's finally warming up. Brian's happy. Hey, I tell you, I've been hearing birds. Gosh, it makes me happy when you hear them birds sing.
Oh, well, enjoy it when you can. We're expecting 3 days of snow next week.
Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah, serious.
I hope not. I'll be
supposed to be in the 20s next week.
I'm going to be the most unhappiest person you'll ever meet.
Like I said, enjoy it while you can.
I hope not. I am so ready for warm weather. That's how it does. The Easter flowers come out.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful, and they come out at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And then they're just gone. I don't think I got any growing in my yard this year. I just don't know. Huh. I'll have to look around. I'm ready to get the yard done, and I got so much cleaned up around here. All that stuff.
You're going to have to wait till the middle of next month then, because we're still expecting some freezing weather next month, too.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Well, I'm just telling you.
I don't want it.
Giving you a reality fact here.
You're going to see a grown man outside throwing a fit, like a big 2-year-old. If I could get that on the ground, I would, but then I couldn't get up, and I'd have to call you to get me up. I had to get underneath my truck to... I was smelling a fuel smell, and then I never got up off the ground the other day. I looked like an old man wandering around on the ground. Getting old, folks, is not for sissies.
Where you heard that from?
I'm telling you, it's not. Things don't work like they used to.
No, that they don't.
I tell people I dress in the dark when in the bathroom so I don't scare myself.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, there's an old man there. Oh, well. We're just setting lines. These things are not hard at all. Just fun. That's why the other day I challenged people on my Facebook, get out there and make something that's just not normal. Just think of something. I don't care if you wanted to carve a carrot. That's, just something out just different. Just totally different. Challenge yourself.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, I know that's a self-portrait of you, so
It is.
that's
I
pretty
mean, I don't
good.
even have to look at things.
Well,
I don't have to look at nothing. I got this
just a
visual.
mirror. Just a mirror.
You know, I got this visual going in my old noggin, so I don't have to. It's just going. Oh, but no, I'm setting up for spring shows. Getting ready to bring totes in, and then I gotta go to 84 to lumber, and I got to buy wood by next week. Yay! I want to spend a bunch of money for and get less. That's the only thing that's bad.
Yep.
I mean, I've been buying lumber since I was a kid, and I know what lumber should cost. And I know what you pay now, you're not even getting what you. Gosh, no, you're not. You're just paying an extreme price. So, and I got a few places I'm seeing where they're building, so I'm gonna check their dumpsters and everything. And I'm gonna call a buddy of mine that builds all the time, because this is called Alpine, the sugar pine. So he used to use this in his business, and I'm just gonna let him know, hey, if you start using it this summer and you got any, scrap laying around, I'll meet you in Sevierville. You can just throw it all in the truck.
Uh-huh.
He's brought me things before like that. So get a hold of people I know. And they use this for a lot of siding here. Sometimes, this and then hardy board, it's called. That's what they use for siding around here.
If we could find some young bucks, we could pick up some of these fallen trees on the side of the road.
I would love to have some of the walnut, but the problem is then you're going to have to dry it.
Mm-hmm.
And walnut, there's a couple logs that's been down since the fire, and I would love to, but I have talked to people that have portable sawmills, and it's just outrageous for them to come in.
Mm-hmm.
And I've even offered, hey, let you get part of the log, I'll get part of the log, and we both are all happy. You're going to make your money back. Now, I do have a guy, I can't remember, it's either South Carolina or North Carolina. He's coming here in April, and I'm hoping, he says he's going to bring me some birch if he's got it all over his woods. I'm like, oh, I want birch so bad. Birch and aspen is a hard wood around here to get. Now, if he was out in Utah and stuff, they have aspen trees everywhere. Limbs are laying all over the ground. I follow a couple that live in Utah, and they were cutting it down the other day and just burning it. And I'm like, oh gosh. Because they make good spoon blanks and stuff, bows. Aspen's a beautiful white wood. I used to buy it at Lowe's back years ago when Lowe's sold it. They're in Indiana. But hard, I can order it, but then there goes the price. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I dropped that down. Once I do 2 or 3 of these, I'll have this in my head of how I want to do it. And I've got a few more that I'm going to draw that are totally different than this one. But I'm going to do a few of these. I'm hoping these may be popular they could be popular with adults and kids. Don't know yet. Just trying something different. We're just knocking edges, setting lines, getting the picture set.
Well, maybe if you made one, put a set of wheels on it, then kids would take it and play with it.
Well, that's an idea. It is. Okay. I got so many toys I need to get built. I stayed out here till almost 4:30 last night. So I couldn't hardly walk. My old leg was just screaming. I thought, well, it's time to get off this leg. Oh, where this set lines. There's no right and wrong with this. You just want to knock these lines down. I follow a young lady in Europe, and she carves these unique pickles with faces on them.
Hmm.
She sent me a friend request thing, and they got they're just neater and all get it. And you know, she agrees with me. Just reach out of the box. Just do something different, something strange, something out of the, you know, that's not normal. I'm like, I told her carve a cucumber with eyes or bananas, and you know, she just, I've seen her work quite. She don't do it constantly, but she does it occasionally. Phenomenal carver. I follow a lot of people, or then they follow me. And everything. Okay, see, we got lines set. Nothing right, nothing wrong here. Get these big old lippers going. And I gotta make the eyes. Get them knocked out. I've already got the collar picked out for this one. It's in my head. It's just like rolling around.
Thought I heard something rattling.
That's my rocks. I'm telling you, that's my rocks. I gotta have a place to put my rocks somewhere. I can't carry them in my pocket. I carry knives and wood in pieces, so I gotta have a place to put my rocks. Just getting the lips to stick up a little bit. And like I said, I'm not a machine, so every one of these is going to be a lot different, and different depths, and that's what gives it its character. You know, this is going to be the monster family, but they're all going to be a little different.
As most families are.
I think his hair is a little bit more flared. Yeah, it is, just a tad. I was just drawing. I drawed a new bear yesterday, Brian.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Well, because we live in bear country. So I drawed a new bear.
Yeah, I saw one yesterday.
Oh, did you? I haven't seen one. Well, I seen one here, you know, several months ago. Yeah. You know, that's the biggest misconception. I love when people go like, well, they hibernate. No, they don't.
Not around here.
Well, no, they don't. Bears don't hibernate at all.
Well, cold country,
Well,
but not here.
Yeah, but I mean, when they're hungry, they're going to come out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, plain and simple.
Well, that's when they go in and have their babies and all that good stuff. So they're down for a while, but they're always looking for food.
I've seen them in the middle of winter and standing in snow. Sure have. The bear you don't want to mess with is a polar bear. Them things are, whoo.
Yeah.
I got friends that live in Alaska, and they were like 200 yards just standing there looking at it, and it charged. They had to get back in their vehicle and like move. And I guess they look like McDonald's. I don't know.
Tasty treat.
Well, yeah, it charged. They had it all on film. I'm like, nope. And I've always was told that a brown bear is pretty aggressive. You know, our little bears, they're not bad.
No, they're all different though.
Yeah. Still working on Tommy and everything. Tommy's coming along. That's just when you do relief carving, it takes time. If you want to make it look like something. People just don't realize what relief carvers do. And I've got friends that do extreme. They do 3-dimensional. I used to, but you can't make the money off of that. three-dimensional where you can just like here's a barn and it looks like you can just walk in and you can see, you know, boards on the stable and yeah. People just don't realize of the hours. I think the last one I did, it was extreme, Brian, was this wolf. He was standing on like rock and stuff, and he was extreme. He was howling at the moon with trees, and it was a major piece. So I just do simpler ones. They still take me time. We're just raising the lips. Yeah.
Saw they were finally running the cables yesterday for Anakista.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been up there. When you were in Florida, they were flying a helicopter again, setting more stuff. I'll tell you what, that man is very gifted. He makes the big bucks. He made that like it just like he made it look like he just drove your car around it, carrying all that. I love watching that stuff. I could sit for hours and just, which I'm an old construction worker. I love construction. I always said you know, it happened when school was down here. It'd been nice to got the kids out, got them some chairs, and sit them out there and just, you know, it'd been nice if they could have had like somebody from that job come in and talk to the kids and explained it, what they were doing, why they were doing it, you know. And you never know, you may capture a young lad to be an engineer, a construction worker, or even a pilot. You know, that may just do it right there. You can't learn everything in a book. You need to get out there and see it and smell it and be around it. But yeah, I stood out there, and, which I've always been fascinated with aircraft. Back when I was younger, I wanted to get my pilot license, just fly just small planes, and that never happened. I knew a man that was an ex-Navy pilot. He had his own airport at his farm, and when him and his wife would go out to eat, they'd jump in his little plane, and they had his own airport, and he'd taxi out there, and they'd fly to wherever, and then fly back home. I thought that was neat. I guess that you can still do that. I don't know.
Yeah. If you got the means.
Yeah.
Did you ever make it out to the Air Museum in Sevierville?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
No, that's coming up. We got to Lara's birthday's coming up in April, and got several things. I'm getting ready to order a new show tent, because my tent, after 20-some years, I think it's time to put her away. I mean, I'll still keep it and maybe bring it to shows, because, you know, I do a lot of demonstrations, and maybe it'd be something. So I want to get a smaller one, like a 5x5 or a 4x5, where, you know, when I set my equipment out, I don't have to run with it when it rains.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it rains here a lot. And that's what happened again last year. And I'm trying to move extremely fast with tools and stuff that you don't want to get rusted. And, you know, so I'm thinking, well, you know, but, you know, I'd like to have a smaller one just to do that. You don't have to be fancy. Not at all. Yeah, see? We got the lips going up, and all these edges will turn around, turn over. You know, basically, you know, just simple. I like the eyes. Got them big old eyes. Big eyes. Used to be the eye monster. Knock some of this down. Yeah. A little love here. And I'll start carving in the things. The hair. That looks like my hair sometimes. It does.
That's what I said. I figured you just looked in the mirror and then you sat
It's
down
a
and brought it.
self-portrait when I was younger. That's what it was. Self-portrait. We had one to break off. We can fix it. There you go. Fixed it. I don't worry about it. We'll add more love to it. We're just shaping lines. Make sure you do that backside. Oops. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Like Bob Ross, happy little fur, right? Is it a happy little trees? I love that man. I thought he was cool. He had such a gentle way to explain art. Yep. I got more painting on the tiki. A lot more. I'm going to try to finish several of my tikis this year that I've got a lot of, well, two of them I've got over not every day, but I've got over a year of carving on it. Because I'll carve a little bit and it'll stop talking to me, and I'll carve a little bit more when it talks to me. You ain't going to say nothing about that, Brian?
Well, I was going to say, there's a gnome sitting back here that's been talking to you for quite some time that needs to be painted.
Oh.
About time to put him back outside. So.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm going to have to, either I or she's going to have to come out here and touch up her mushroom, because the fairy garden's getting ready to come back out.
That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, this gnome over here, he's been talking for a long time. You're just not listening. I think you hit him somewhere, but he was over there.
I don't know. I've moved this whole shop around when I cleaned it.
Yeah, I don't see him. I know he's in here somewhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here that I can't find. Like, I'll put this up here, and then then I like, what do I do with it?
Yeah.
I laid this knife down yesterday, and I tore the shop apart, and there was a piece of paper on this chair, and it was sitting there. I was frantic. Like, where is my knife? I just used it 2.5 seconds ago. Where'd you do it? The monsters. Alrighty, folks. Well, I don't want to run this any longer. I thought I would just share some fun art and show you some stuff that I'm doing. The tiki and the roosters and angels and, you know, building for the and the flower. I'm just building for the spring show, but appreciate everybody. Like and subscribe and push that notification button. DavePoston@gmail.com. That's how you can send me pictures and anything you want to ask me. You all have a blessed day, and I appreciate you all, and thank you.